My name is Josh, and I did my summer internship with the Cleveland Monsters and the Cleveland Gladiators, working with them in their sales department as a junior account executive. Um, the majority of what my internship entailed was making cold calls to potential leads that had already come out to the arena for either Monsters or Gladiators games, and trying to sell them on the idea of a partial or full season package for the upcoming season. I was responsible for making over 200 calls per week, facilitating face-to-face appointments, as well as whatever work needed to be done in and around the office. The first half of the internship was focused primarily on the Cleveland Gladiators. They were in season, and therefore it was easier to try and sell them, as we were able to invite potential clients out to the games to view it firsthand, as well as meet with them face to face and try and sell them on the idea of a full season package for next season. The second half of the internship was focused more on the Cleveland Monsters, the AHL hockey team in Cleveland. However, because they were not in season, it was a little bit more difficult to try and sell them, as we weren't able to have face-to-face appointments and were required to sell primarily over the phone. As you can imagine, that might be a little bit more difficult as it wasn't face-to-face. However, I think it taught me invaluable lessons about what to expect and how to kind of manipulate conversations into what you want, how you want it to be, as well as it taught me how to show, or how to sell the information that we have over the phone rather than face to face, which, as I mentioned, is a lot more difficult. Just kind of because you aren't able to interact in a one-on-one situation with the person. They have to kind of take you for your word, and you have to kind of build a relationship with that person over the phone, which is a lot more difficult than when they are able to see you. On this here, I kind of have some of the collateral we were able to use for the Monsters, the different packages that we had, as well as a project that I did by myself to kind of summarize all the information into one sheet, make it a little easier for me personally. As well as on the side here, we have Gladiators collateral, as well as a membership contract that was used to help secure someone their season seats for this upcoming season. On the whole, I feel like the internship was very beneficial for me personally. I was able to reach all of the learning objectives that I set out for myself, which were to develop a sales pitch and understand the process that it takes to sell someone a package, whether it be sports, whether it be computers, anything. Sales is a really important part of this world, and the ability to do that and kind of dissect that, I feel, will be invaluable to me in the future. Also, I learned whether this is something I want to do for me personally moving forward. I think that was something that I really needed to learn, and I'm really glad for the experience of this, as it'll help me decide what I want to do in the future. I was able to work on my personal characteristics, such as talking to people individually, face to face, and kind of building a good rapport with them, and having them kind of understand who I am as a person while working with them, so that can be extrapolated into the work environment, into selling people face to face, and everything in between. Lastly, I feel like this was a very good internship. Just in general, we spent a lot of time, meeting with people who work with the Monsters, work with the Gladiators, work with the Cavaliers, understanding their stories, understanding what it took for them to get to where they are today. And I think their experience is something that I can really, build off of and learn from. Kind of try not to make the same mistakes they did, and understand that the path they took isn't for everyone, and everyone kind of develops their own path to success. On the whole, I was blown away by this internship this summer, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone else who was lucky enough to get selected for this position with the Monsters and the Gladiators. Thank you very much.